1, 2, 3.
Today's gonna be my peaceful day.
By the way, Aloka have a back leg problem. But the doctor said that he have to do the surgery. Because he been walking with three foot. Okay, so he definitely needs to have a surgery soon. We are working on that. Otherwise, he cannot walk. The more he walk, the worse it is. Yeah. So we don't know yet, but right now he's okay to chase after the others. Oh, you seen his badge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's officially K9 now from the sheriff. Okay, thank you. We will give you the bracelet, the peace bracelet.
Please.
Do you know the story of it, right? Yes? No? Okay. These bracelet that we will put it on your wrist, but too many people, so we just hand it out and you can put it on later. The bracelet means that we will tie you all up with us. So to make sure that you are not escaping from walking to Washington DC with us. That's what it means. And so every day when you look at it, it reminds you that you have met the Walk for Peace monks. And the monks remind you to be mindful, loving kindness, compassion, and practice to have peace for yourself every day. Be patient. That's what it means. For those who do not have one, you do have the peaceful one. Okay? Thank you so much. And then please do not ask a venerable monk to take pictures while they pass out the string, because there are so many people. We would love everyone to have one before they leave, one after another. Right? The mind is still wandering around. This side of the world, we still have peace even though when we sit and our mind is still jumping here and there. But that side of the world, when they come, they're still talking over there, still enjoying their life talking over there. And this is what I wanted to tell you. We talk a lot in our life. And the more we talk, the more we'll have defilement minds. When we talk a lot in here, when it's stuck in here, whenever it's the right conditions, whenever we have a chance, it would rise up. That we call defilement. All those thinking, all those thoughts, it's just stuck in our head, in our mind. It's recorded. Once it's recorded, whenever it have a chance, it will pop up. Those we call thought about the past. And we also thinking about the future. We don't want to stay at this present moment. When we live in this world, this present moment with each and every breath is much more important than this is what we need. But we didn't pay attention to that. We only live with the past, and then we chase after the future. And then when we come out for this mission, peace, and we meet with friends, when you see the monks walking, you're excited already. But when you meet up with friends, our friends, and we still talk, you hear that it's still talking a lot back there. So there's different people coming out with different mission. We are here for peace. There are people here to talk and enjoy. So let us all here for peace for ourselves. If we choose to continue talking, then when you come out here, it won't help you. Right? Because we've been talking a lot. I said, if we live in this world for 70 years, we talk about 60 years, 65 years. When we grow up, maybe 69 years. When we started to know how to call daddy and mommy, we already talk. Right? And we keep talking and talking every day. It doesn't matter where. When we go to a sacred place, when we join any sacred moment, we still talk. I say earlier when I sat here, I know a lot of us wanted to talk so bad. It's just our coordinator, he said that please be silent so let the monk have a peaceful moment to have lunch. Because when we eat, we don't talk. This is what I always remind you everywhere I go. Mindfulness always starts with a very little things in our life. Eating. I know it's on the table when we have family members together, we talk and eat. But this is we keep getting sidetracked and we don't know what we eat. Seriously. It's okay to talk sometime, but not all the time, not throughout the whole meal, right? We can talk, we be mindful when we talk, say what we need to say, and then the rest just focus, pay attention to our eating. You saw me eat already. I think that a lot of people look at me when I eat. That's why I'm afraid to look at you. When I started my monkhood, when I joined, I ordained to become a monk. When I eat, I was like, scoop. I pay fully attention to my hands movement. When I raise it up, put it in my mouth. When I chew, when I swallow, I follow all these movement. Why is that? It's because we've been headed out there for so long and so much, chasing so many things, right? Our mind is keep heading out there. Like I say, it never wants to stay at this present moment within. We need us to stay within, not without. Peace always begins from within. So when we head out there too much, and this house is vacant, soon it will be taken by someone else. Spirit. This is the house of our mind. This physical body is the house of this mind. And our mind is keep chasing the outside world, not staying in here. Later, somebody else will take it over. A different world. Spirit. You have seen that. I don't know if you have seen or not. Many, even teenagers, they are not them anymore. They eat, they talk, they act. It's not them. Right? It's because of stress, anxiety, depression. It's because of too much thing. And they hear their voice. They hear about somebody talking to their ears every single moment. So they are not them anymore because we are heading out that way too much. And so what I ask is, when we need to talk, but mindfully. When we need to be silent, mindfully silent. Not just this mouth, but the inner mind also be silent. There's a lot not talking, but the mind still talking. And of course, the mind is talking is normal. No one can stop this mind from talking, but we can manage it by aware of it. Aware of those thoughts. I have thought right now. Those thoughts is not helpful. So I'm just observing those thoughts and then it will vanish by itself. Or we can bring that concentration back to the breathing instead of following those thoughts. So within a couple minutes earlier that we did the breathing method, we pay fully attention to our breathing right here, right? So when thought arise, we are not clever enough. We don't have a new habit of bringing our mind back yet. So now we have to train our mind, train ourselves, how to bring it back to this present moment, which is our breath. By acknowledge of that thought, by saying silently, thought, come back with the breathing. Acknowledge of that thought and then bring the concentration back here with the breathing. In, out. And then thought arise again. When it arises again, We acknowledge of it, come back here with the breathing again. Keep coming back, come back, come back, come back, come back, come back. That's the only job we need to do. The only thing that we need to do. Just be mindful with all those thoughts. But for most of us, when we don't have that new habit yet, then we will follow those thoughts, one after another. When one thought arises, we go after it. It could be 1 hour, it could be a few minutes, and then another thought pop up. One thought pop up, our imagination mind will create more and more act to it. So when we sit down for 1 hour sessions of meditation, for most of the meditators, if they are not aware, they're not clever, then they just sit there, close their eyes, and they paint the whole life. When the bell hit, they open their eyes, they have the whole world in front of them, in their mind, without painting. We sit in there meditating, but we can paint the whole life of us. So we have to be clever. Clever enough to hold the handle of the knife, not the knife. The knife is very sharp. If we're not clever enough, we will slice our skin and slice our fingers off. Is that right? Our mind is super sharp, just like a knife. We can kill ourselves, we can kill the others. When we say things, when we do things, if we are not mindful, we could kill ourselves. We could kill the others. That is how sharp it is, how dangerous it is. So one mind can be super good. One mind can also be super bad. Very dangerous. The lover is your cell phone, okay? So when you talk with your lover too much, then you always sidetrack, very easily get sidetracked. Okay? Anything happening on the internet, you know it all, but you don't know yourself. You can know a lot of things in this world, but you don't know your breath. How sad it is. We have to fix this inner world first, okay? So liberate your lover 1 hour before bed. Even if you have to go on Walk for Peace fan page to check, it's okay. Leave it alone. You can do that tomorrow, okay? 1 hour before bed, leave him and her alone. Go to sleep. In the morning when we wake up, our mind is still fresh and pure because after a long night of rest, if we don't give our mind a job to do, it will pick up all the trash to chew it over and over and over again. What are the trash? The trash are all habit, bad habit, anything that is suffering, anything that is not happy in our life that we encountered. Those I call trash because they are not usable. They are just suffering things that we have to live with it. Unfortunately, even if we don't want it, it's still there. And thing is, when we have peaceful moment, when we happy, we easily forget. But when something that is sad, we remember it really well and long. And so before it picking up all those trash to chew, then please give our mind a job to do. Get a piece of paper and a pen out. Even though you already memorized this statement, but please repeat this. Write it down. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Today is going to be my peaceful day. Write it down. Write it down. After that, read it with our eyes. And then read it out loud with our mouth. When we read it out loud, to tell the universe that today is going to be my peaceful day. No one can mess it up except me, which is ourselves. Like I said earlier, no one can mess it up except us. So don't let anybody ruin our day. Okay? At the beginning, we might fail one after another, but don't give up. Keep doing it. Don't give up that easily anymore. Keep moving forward. If you fall down, stand up, walk again. Keep falling down, stand up. It doesn't matter. Because we have that strength. Just don't lie there forever. Stand up and walk. Let all the old things go. Let go of all those unhappy things in our life. Those are not good for us anymore. Those are the history, the past. No one can change it. So do not hold on into it anymore. You just have to let it go. The more you let it go, the lighter you can walk. Less suffering for you. When we tell that the universe with that, and then throughout the day, work on that. Be mindful on every little thing we do, not multitask. And then just practice to be mindfulness with our breathing, in, out, just like that, every day. At the end of the day, before bed, 1 hour, again, no lovers. Sit straight, relax, concentrate on our breathing, breathe in and breathe out. This is when you have a peaceful moment for yourself. You don't have to shove anybody else, even your family members. This is your time. Breathe in, breathe out. At the end, rewind your whole day, just like a movie. If you have done or said anything hurtful, harmful, or you have injured anybody or yourself during that day, then ask for forgiveness. Think of that person. You don't have to call. If you can call, that's great. If not, then think of that person and ask for forgiveness. Ask yourself to forgive yourself. This is very important. You have to forgive yourself for that mistake. And then promise yourself that you will fix this. Go to sleep. Tomorrow when we wake up, please repeat the same process. Before you stand up and go elsewhere, make a vow. I will fix the problem, the mistake that I have made yesterday. I will never repeat that again for the rest of my life. Work on it. Fix it. We will have a better day. Okay, let us all say this one statement for me. When I count to 3, we're gonna say together, today is going to be my peaceful day, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Today is gonna be my peaceful day.
Thank you so much. You hear that sound, right? That energy, right? All of us can do this together every morning. And all the people, we keep spread out like this. All people, every morning they do this throughout this country and throughout the world. The universe receives all this energy. What will come back? Loving kindness, compassion, and peace. It will shower down for all beings to receive. Instead of hatred, instead of angers. We've been spread hatred and anger to the universe so much already. That is why we suffer with so many things happening. It is now time for us to change. Instead of hatred, anger, and all kind of suffering things, we will spread loving kindness, compassion, and peace message to the universe, so that peace can bloom throughout this country and flourish throughout this world. That is how all of us walk together on this mission, not just the monk. You walk in spirit. You practice every day to be like this. Our small world will be peaceful. This whole world will be peaceful. Can we do this together? Yes. That's not the energy. Can we do this together?
Yes!
Thank you. Okay, but remember, we have to do it, okay? Otherwise, when the monks reach to Washington, D.C. and everything settled down, and nobody remember about this walk, that is sad. This is not how it works. We have to walk until the end of our life. That is how we create a better world for our children, grandchildren, and so many more generations, and for ourselves to have a better place to live.
Keep. Please. Okay.
Seems very easy to be sidetracked. May you all be well, be happy, and be peaceful. Thank you so much for your love and hospitality and your support. Thank you so much.
Imagine a simple string, gently tied around your wrist. In its quiet presence, it carries no material value, yet it holds the weight of a profound spiritual invitation. When we receive such a token, a peace bracelet offered by a monk on a walking pilgrimage, we are not merely accepting a souvenir. We are actively consenting to be tied to a mission of loving kindness. The string serves as a gentle, physical tether, binding our everyday actions to a higher purpose. It is a constant, quiet reminder resting against our skin, asking us to remain present, to walk gently upon the earth, and to remember that the pursuit of peace is not a destination we finally reach, but a deliberate way of walking through the world. We are tethered to the monks who walk the highways, and in turn, we are tethered to our own highest potential. Every time our eyes catch that simple band, we are called back from the edge of our anxieties. We are reminded to practice patience, to extend compassion, and to cultivate a deep, abiding peace within ourselves before we ever attempt to bring peace to the world. For those who do not wear a physical string, the invitation remains exactly the same. We all have the capacity to wear an invisible bracelet of mindfulness, binding us to the noble intention of living beautifully and consciously in the here and now. Yet, even as we make this quiet commitment, we are continually confronted by the sheer volume of our own noise. We live in a society that reveres constant communication, and we spend the vast majority of our lives talking. From the moment we first learn to form words as toddlers, we step into a river of endless chatter that stretches across decades. We talk to fill the silence, we talk to feel seen, and we talk to outpace our own internal discomfort. But there is a hidden cost to this unceasing vocalization. The more we talk, the more we feed what can be called the development mind, a state of being where thoughts accumulate, compound, and ultimately trap us in our own heads. All those words, all those endless discussions about the past and speculations about the future, become stuck. They record themselves in our consciousness, waiting for the right conditions to rise up and pull us away from reality. We chase after the future, we drag the past behind us like a heavy shadow, and in doing so, we completely miss the only thing that is truly real, the present moment. Even when we step away from our busy lives to participate in something sacred, our conditioned habit of chatting follows us. We find ourselves standing in the presence of a beautiful, peaceful mission, yet our mouths are still moving, our minds are still wandering, and we are completely absent from the miracle of the present breath. This profound return to the present moment does not require us to retreat to a mountaintop. It begins with the most ordinary, mundane actions of our daily lives. Consider the simple, universal act of eating. So often, our dining tables are extensions of our noisy world. We gather, we talk over one another, our attention fractured by televisions or passing thoughts, and before we know it, the plate is empty and we haven't truly tasted a single bite. We are entirely sidetracked. But imagine, for a moment, the profound dignity of eating in total silence. Imagine sitting with a meal and bringing the entirety of your awareness to the movement of your own hand. You watch your hand lift the spoon. You feel the texture of the food as it enters your mouth. You place all of your attention on the act of chewing, the intricate process of swallowing, and the feeling of nourishment entering your body. In these quiet moments of absolute focus, we are not just feeding our physical bodies, we are starving our anxieties. We are reclaiming our attention from the chaotic outside world and bringing it home. It is perfectly fine to share joyful conversation with loved ones, but we must learn to do so mindfully. We can say what needs to be said, and then return to the sacred silence of the meal, fully participating in the nourishment of our own lives. When we fail to anchor ourselves in these simple, physical realities, a profound disconnection occurs within us. Think of your physical body as the house of your mind. It is a sacred dwelling place. But because our attention is constantly racing outward, chasing external validations, worrying about tomorrow, reliving yesterday, we leave this beautiful inner house entirely vacant. And in the spiritual landscape, a vacant house does not remain empty for long. If the mindful self is not residing within, something else will move in to take its place. This is the root of so much of our modern suffering. The stress, the anxiety, the deep depression that so many people carry today are the unwelcome spirits that take up residence when we are not home. We see people, even the very young, walking through life looking as though they are not truly themselves. They are hearing a constant, stressful dialogue in their minds, driven by exhaustion and outward chasing. The mind, when left unguided, is like a brilliantly sharp knife. It is a tool of immense power. If we are clever, if we are mindful, we hold this knife safely by the handle, using it to carve out a beautiful life. But if we lose our awareness, we end up grabbing the sharp blade, cutting ourselves and wounding those around us with our careless words and actions. We must come back inside the house. We must hold the handle of the knife. What is it, exactly, that pulls us so relentlessly out of our own inner sanctuary? For many of us in the modern world, the most demanding thief of our attention is sitting right in our pockets. We have taken a lover, and that lover is the glowing screen of our cellular phone. We give this device our first waking thoughts and our last tired glances before sleep. We are intimately acquainted with every tragedy, every argument, and every piece of trivial information unfolding on the global internet, yet we are tragic strangers to the rhythm of our own breathing. We know the whole world, but we do not know ourselves. This is a heartbreaking reality, but it is one we have the power to change today. To heal this fracture, we must practice a radical act of liberation. We must break up with our digital lovers, at least for the final hour of our day. 1 hour before sleep, the screens must go dark. The endless scrolling must cease. We have to trust that the internet will survive without our attention until tomorrow. By setting aside this glowing distraction, we reclaim a pocket of sacred time to sit quietly, to breathe, and to gently sweep the floors of our inner house before we lay down to rest. Reclaiming our minds from these modern distractions requires more than just passive awareness. It requires the active architecture of a peaceful day. When we wake up in the morning after a night of rest, the mind is fresh, pure, and incredibly receptive. However, if we do not immediately give this pure mind a positive job to do, it will inevitably wander out and start picking up the trash from yesterday, the old grievances, the habitual worries, the lingering sadness. To prevent this, we must lay a foundation of intentionality the moment our eyes open. Before leaving the bedroom, we can sit with a piece of paper and a pen and physically write down a vow. Today is going to be my peaceful day. We read the words with our eyes, letting them imprint on our brain, and then we speak them out loud, claiming the energy of peace for ourselves and declaring it to the universe. When we do this, we are taking radical responsibility for our own joy. No one can ruin our day unless we hand them the permission to do so. And when the day finally ends, we return to the quiet. In that screen-free hour before sleep, we sit and rewind the day in our minds like a movie. If we see a moment where we spoke sharply, where we caused harm, or where we lost our peace, we pause. We actively send a thought of forgiveness to anyone we may have hurt, and crucially, we forgive ourselves. We acknowledge the mistake, we promise to do better tomorrow, and then we let the heavy baggage drop. We let the trash go, ensuring we can walk lighter the next morning. When we commit to this architecture of peace, day by day, breath by breath, falling down and bravely standing back up, we are no longer just healing ourselves, we are participating in the profound healing of the world. Imagine the astonishing power of thousands, perhaps millions of people, waking up every single morning and declaring, "Today is going to be my peaceful day." Imagine that collective energy radiating outward from our homes, across our cities, and into the atmosphere. For far too long, humanity has broadcasted anxiety, anger, and hatred into the universe, and we have suffered deeply from the turbulent weather it has created. It is time to change the frequency. By choosing to cultivate a quiet mind, a compassionate heart, and a grounded presence, we shower the world with loving kindness. True peace is not a treaty signed by politicians. It is a blossom that opens first in the quiet, inner sanctuary of the individual heart. We must walk this path of mindfulness not just for a season, but for the entirety of our lives. In doing so, we build a softer, kinder, and more beautiful world, ensuring that when the generations that follow us look back, they will see that we walked with purpose, we loved with intention, and we finally learned how to be truly, beautifully at peace.